bird and reptile, mammal born, all full of nature's law, bring bark and hiss, and crow and rivet, and silent stare and hiss, bring purr and trill and warble, too, and voice no ear can miss. We gather here, each life and all, to celebrate and sing, to honor creatures large and small. 'Tis holiness we bring. Come, let us celebrate together on this day of joyful animals and joyful noise. Mark and I used to live in an old Victorian house in Waterloo. I've told you about it before. It was the one that housed the local Unitarian Congregation for many years. And we lived on the second floor in the old children's education space. There was another couple in the third floor apartment above us, and 5 people lived below in the main floor in the basement. So the house had 9 human creatures in it, but many, many more animal people shared that house. Some came with us. We had 2 beloved cats, as did the people downstairs. There was a great, magnificent Great Dane that lived there for a few years, and a very sweet golden retriever. And we were all just temporary residents, moving on to other homes, and we weren't the only ones. The house also housed mice, so many mice, squirrels, ants, raccoons, bats, spiders, and many other creatures I don't want to think about. Now, since I was not the homeowner and had no worries about insulation or wiring, I loved this. I was so glad that I was able to meet these animals as my neighbors and companions, not as economic nuisances or problems. They were just creatures who needed shelter just like me. And I really had a lot of incredible connections and experiences interacting with those animals as they lived in the same house as I did. Once, when I was trying to rescue a mouse from a cat, bending over it with a box, the mouse leapt up, attacking me. And I have never seen a more fierce declaration of the will to live than that little mouse just going for it. I fell in love with little black ants after seeing one on my kitchen table cleaning its antenna like a miniature Black Panther, just like my beloved cats. I stopped trying to kill them after that because I found them so beautiful and fascinating. And I felt in a special kinship with the raccoons that lived in the ceiling of the attic. Especially the summer the mother raccoon was there with 4 babies. I was pregnant with my son Silas at the time, and it was that period where it felt like it had been 8 years of pregnancy, not 8 months. And I was worried and anxious about being a mom. And I was often awake early in the mornings of that hot summer. And each dawn, Mother Raccoon climbed up this birch tree just outside a window in my bedroom. She was returning home after a night of foraging and exploring. And she would stop and look in the window at me, and I would look at her. And then she'd just keep climbing up with her 4 kits, following, sometimes climbing over her. They just kept on going. And for a few weeks, we met every morning, just checking in on each other. There was a brief shared look and a few soft words from me. And I knew her, and I could see that she knew me. And those early morning moments helped this new worried mother-to-be experience a quiet kinship with another mother. If she could do it, so could I. I was only having one. We are always in kinship with animals, and it's easy to forget this great truth of life on Earth. It's our principle. We are part of the interdependent web of all existence. We feel it. We feel those echoes of kinship in the love and connection we have with our animals, that insistent purr of the cat, the delighted welcome of the dog. Tico and our cats, Tempest and Blaze, they are part of my family. And the first real grief I experienced as a child was over the death of our cat. So although we don't speak the same vocal language, we do share the languages of touch, of feeling, of being. Animals that have been injured can curl up and go quiet just like hurt humans. Animals mourn. Elephants gather around their dead and cry. While much divides us, we are also more alike than our society tends to allow. We're all part of this interconnected life on Earth. We belong here together. And we keep forgetting about all these other creatures out there, interested in them only for what they can do for us, whether it is as companions or food or scenic beauty. And it's not right and good to live like this. Those other creatures have inherent worth as well. And our own lives would be so much richer if we took time to meet and connect and learn the creatures all around us. We saw them as neighbors instead of problems. If we learned how to share this planet. And their lives would be so much better if we did. We are in kinship with all life, from our beloved pets to the littlest ant to the largest whale. Let us praise the animals, let us bless the animals, not just this day, but every day. Widen your circle to include your animal neighbors. Let us do all we can to care for the creatures of this earth so that all of us may thrive together. Let us be in kinship. So say we are.